everybody, welcome back to the balcony. And yes, I was sick. I was actually really freaking sick. I could not get out of bed, which says a lot, especially as someone who loves getting out of bed. Actually, no, that is not true. I love being in bed, but I like being busy. So it was really difficult to have nothing to do for a week because I was so damn sick. But I am back. Welcome back to the balcony, guys. I'm trying out a new intro. Okay, I'm trying. I welcome back to the balcony. Yay! Even though it's my room. But today we're going to be doing a Q&A. So originally I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. I was supposed to have episode 3 of Research Diaries come out as my next video, and I know a lot of people do not watch my other videos besides my Research Diary videos. So I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. It was supposed to be about Schrodinger's equation, and it is still coming out. The thing is that I'm still scripting it, and it's a really long episode. Okay, I'm sorry. It's a really long episode, and there's 2 parts and everything. And then I got sick, so I was unable to film it. But it is coming very soon. But I didn't want to get a Q&A out. I just wanted to get something out, and you guys had been asking a lot of questions in my comments, and I was like, bro, okay, I'm not about to answer all these questions on my comments. So I decided that I should do a nice little Q&A. It'll be a chill video, and I'll get to connect with you guys, because as our viewer base is growing, one thing I really notice a lot in YouTubers is that as soon as they hit like a certain amount of subscribers, they just stop caring about their audience at an individual level. But I really don't want to take for granted how quickly my content has grown. I don't want to take that for granted, and I really want to connect with you guys. So I'll be doing a nice little Q&A. I have 26 comments. I don't know how many of those are actual questions, but I have 26 comments, so I'll try to answer as many as well as I can. So okay, question number 1. What resources do you use to study? Your videos rekindling my interest in quantum mechanics, but I genuinely don't know where to look, because the stuff I did learn was oversimplified to make it algorithm friendly. Also, why are you worrying about boards at 14? Wouldn't that mean you're in 9th? Get well soon. Okay, thank you for the wishes. I am better now, and honestly, it's as simple as I search it up, and then I go to so when you search it up, you'll find like multiple articles about a topic. For example, when I was studying Schrodinger's equation, I found a lot of articles on Schrodinger's equation. So of course I went on the articles, I studied it, I watched a lot of videos about it, because a really quick way to get burnt out in research is to just do heavy, knee-deep research papers and analyzing research papers and stuff like that. That's a really easy way to burn out. I would always recommend starting with some fun videos on the topic, and just very short videos to get a nice idea on it, and then delving deeper with research papers online. I did with mathematical derivations of Schrodinger's equation when I was writing that section of my paper. I did get a lot of articles printed out because it was very mathematical, and I did want to have a physical copy. But because I'm a very physical, I like writing stuff down a lot rather than typing. So I personally do that. There's no wrong way to research, but I would definitely start with some light work just to get your interest up. And there was another point. Yes, Reddit. Okay, now Reddit is not a viable source. Never trust Reddit. But one thing I did do after doing immense amount of research on something, for example, again, Schrodinger's equation is a topic I'm really well versed in, and so when I was done with that, I was like, okay, I need to simplify this in my head, because now I have all these mathematical derivations, I have all of this in such a complex way. I cannot keep this in my head, because I have other syllabus to complete, and finals were going on at that point of time. Amazing, Pankadi just had to start taking finals. So I did go on Reddit a lot, and I was very entertained by all of the different arguments made, all the different questions, because there are so many questions that I had that were solved by Reddit, because a lot of people had the same doubt, and also because a lot of people had different interpretations, and that just really opened my eyes a lot. And that was one of the main things that made me fall deeper in love with quantum mechanics, or just physics in general, is that how, like, you may think that, oh, there's a set definition for this one thing, and then there's gonna be people who have like 50 different interpretations of that. And as someone who does, like, I see I see a lot of poetry, and I do a lot of poetry, and so I've always associated poetry with interpretations, but I've never associated physics, something I associate with being factual, with interpretation. So that really opened my eyes. So what I guess I'm trying to say is, like, I like to go on Reddit afterwards, and I like to, like, look at all the arguments and be like, I agree with this, I agree with this, and it lets me delve deeper naturally, in a very natural and flow state way. So that's something that I do, but there's no wrong way to do research, again, but always start simple, because you're gonna get burnt out if you just go knee deep. And also, why are you worrying about boards at 14? Wouldn't that mean you're 9th? I'm in 10th. So I'm 14 and I'm in 10th. And you are absolutely okay. So next question. Sorry, I move on really quick. You are doing absolutely great in studies, and I love watching your videos. Also, congratulations for 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. But I really want to ask that, what is love for you, and who is your soulmate? Like, not as if a boyfriend only, but the person you get really happy to talk to, chat, someone who deeply cares about you. I have a lot of people in my life who deeply care about me, and I feel like I'm very, very grateful for that, because not a lot of people have that. So what is love for me? That's a really deep question. That's a really deep question. I would say, for me, love is like, for me, I perceive love, and I see love as a very platonic thing. I don't really see love as a very romantic thing most of the times, which probably explains a lot about me. But I see love as a very platonic thing. So there's a lot of people on the internet that I associate with being my family, and for me, it's all platonic love. Like, I would never be like, oh, I want to date them, oh, I feel things for them romantically. I always feel for them platonically. Also, the change in topics is crazy. I was just talking about research. But for me, love is home, and for me, love is the stars. For me, love is physics. So my soulmate is the stars. Okay, I love the stars. I love being able to, like, no matter how much of a, excuse my language, shit day I've had, no matter how much I hate everybody and I just want to die and I want to kill everybody, I can always go to my balcony, I can always go to my window, I can always go somewhere outside and look up at the sky, and even if it's cloudy, I will know that there's a star over there that is constant, and it's season wise, and I love the stars because of it. So thank you for the question, and also thank you for congratulating me. Oh god, this seems really nice. Okay, get well soon from a fellow traveler on the same path. My name is Arya Omkar, full-time physics nerd. Hey, same. I really like your content. When trying to make something similar, which I will upload soon. I wish you will. I want to ask which grade, and do you really want to take up a professional career in physics? And if you're pursuing colleges like NISER, I'm so sorry, IRSER, IISC. Sorry, these reads to me like A, B, C, D. Like, I can't read that. But thank you so much. A lot of people are wishing me, like, to get well soon. Thank you so much. Hi Arya, for the compliment, and I'm in 10th, and I am gonna be taking up a professional career in physics. I'm an aspiring astrophysicist, and I'm not pursuing colleges like any of the ones that you mentioned. I wish to go abroad. Okay, so next question. Oh, there's threefold. Okay. Number 1, which class are you studying now? 10th. 2, what is your ambition or dream to become in future? Astrophysicist. And 3, after finishing school, are you going to do in higher studies like NEET, JEE, or anything else? Explain about it. No, I'll be going to college, and I'll most probably be going abroad. Like, it's my dream to go abroad. Hey, could you do a Q&A video sometime? I am explaining how you study these topics, and also research paper. Are you working with a professor or something? Nonetheless, crazy work. Kudos. Thank you. And I just explained how I research, and yes, it is a research paper. It's an academic paper, I'm not working with a professor, but usually from what I've seen, high school students do need to work with a professor. It's not like I'm not. I am looking for professors, guys. I'm like on the lookout for professors right now. I started another paper for some reason. So I'm looking for a professor, but usually yes, you do need a professor if you're a high school student. Sometimes journals won't let you publish without a professor or a mentor, which is why I'm looking for one. But they just need to know that like you're working with an adult and an adult can review your work. So that's probably the only reason. And also, thank you so much. Hope that answered your question. Okay, next question. Okay, no worries, get well soon. Thank you. So what do I ask? What do you want to do after 10th and 12th? Do your friends and parents know about your channel? Lol, I am interested. What I want to do after 10th, I'll be taking PCM. What I want to do after 12th, I want to go to college. Do your friends and parents know about your channel? Yes. They support me, thankfully, somehow. I don't know. They literally, I'll be walking past the TV in my house. I'll be so pissed off. You guys have no idea. I'll say something in a video and during the video I'll be like, why the hell did I say that? And then I'll be editing and I'll hear the same thing 50 times and I'll be so annoyed. I'll be like, okay, I'm not rewatching that video at all, and I don't. And then I'll be walking past the TV and like one of my family members is just watching me on the TV, and it is so sweet. I am so grateful, but at the same time it is so annoying to hear my voice again and to see my cringe wacky ass editing. Like, I'm the one who did that and I hate it. Guys, I just crashed out, I'm sorry. Anyways, next question. What is the inspiration to start YouTube? 1000 subscriber. Hey, thank you. And my inspiration, honestly, I've had a lot of YouTube channels. If you guys know Gacha Life, then I had like a million Gacha Life channels and none of them went well. And then after 6th, I just kind of gave up on Gacha Life. I was like, nah. Actually, after 5th, I gave up on Gacha Life. And I would still watch Gacha Life, but I was like, I gave up on making a channel. And I had like 5 channels, so that was really big for me. I had like lore, like crazy lore. And then I just kind of stopped. And I'm someone who talks to myself a lot. And eventually I started being like, guys, one day I'm going to be old and I'm going to want to remember what 14-year-old Pankhuri was yapping about. So I started vlogging, and I do that a lot. Like, I vlog like any event that my school has, any event that I'm going to, any like wedding that I'm going to. If I'm doing research and it's like 2 a.m. and nobody is there to hear me yap about the crazy thing I just found out about, then I'll just yap on camera. So I was like, okay, how about I just start a YouTube? It's not like it's gonna blow up or anything. It's not like anybody's gonna expect me to drop another episode. Like, I'm totally not gonna hit 1000 subscribers in 15 days. Like, might as well start one. All those 3 things happened. So, hey. But I'm very grateful that I blew up. I'm still like in shock that I blew up. But thank you so much for the question. Okay, next question. If you choose science stream if you're in 10th, I will. Don't run the rat race of JEE NEET. Don't let your curiosity die. Try to pursue research and prepare for this entrance exam to end up satisfied with your career and future. This is something I advise as a senior who was once in your shoes. Good luck for your future. Not a question, but thank you. And yes, I am not going into any rat race. I'm very well aware of it, and I do study psychology on the side. Like, I'll show my big ass book. It's like right in front of me. I do study psychology, and I do know about the rat race, and I'm not going in it. So don't worry, guys. I'm not going in. Okay, next question. What is your dream university, or do you believe in the college culture? My dream university is very far-fetched, so don't laugh at me. MIT. MIT hit me up, guys. MIT hit me up. Or do you believe in the college culture? Depends on what you're referring to as college culture, because if you're talking about in India specifically, about having to go through like a million competitive exams, I do not believe in that at all. And I do not believe in the thing of, you know, doing something just for the portfolio. Like, a lot of people do come up to me and they're like, oh, your portfolio must be crazy for college, oh my god, you're gonna get accepted. And I'm not doing anything for my portfolio. I'm not writing a paper for my portfolio. I'm not doing anything for my portfolio. I used to, but now I've just stopped, because I'm like, if I wanna live this life, then I might as well live it. If I just want to do like a 9 to 5 and be robotic and just sit at a desk all day, I can do that. I have the skill set to do that. I have the qualifications to do that without doing any of this. But I'm choosing to do this because I love doing this. So it depends on what you're talking about with college culture, but yeah. Next question. Get well soon. Thank you. Focus on getting better first. Thank you. Do you have an email for contacting you? I wanted to ask about publishing a research paper. I do. Contact me, but I haven't been replying these days. I'm so sorry. I've gotten really sick. Okay. Oh, this is long. My question. I have many questions on science. Actually, I'm not the right person. I want to discuss this. Physicists needed a theory or any other mathematical relationship between the physical world and the quantum world. Source string theory was a promising one, but it had a defect that it had imaginary numbers in it due to its complexity and lead to 11 dimensions. Yes. If that's the case, I want to ask you if you know something related to multiple dimensions. I hope this message finds you well, and I'm still learning, so if there's misinformation, please tell me. I haven't gone that deep in string theory. I know the basic idea of it, and I know that it has a problem. I'm so sorry, I'm not well researched in the topic. I'm someone who's very much like, if I'm uneducated on something, then I will prefer not to speak on it. I really wish I could give an answer to you, but definitely do research about this. And I don't know about the 11 dimensions thing. I do know that there's something with string theory that it's too complex or something. I'm not sure, but it's something. I just know that string theory is actually, there's a lot of hope on string theory right now to connect, I believe, general relativity and quantum mechanics. So hey, you guys do research on that. I actually want to get into that. Should I get into it? Okay, I'll get into it, definitely. Sorry, there's a lot going on right now, but I will definitely get into it. Thank you. You just reminded me to do that. I'm so sorry I could not answer the question though, but definitely. Okay, next question. Please take time to get well then edit your video. Oh my god, you guys are sweet. We have no problem waiting. Love you guys. Hey, question. I'll rather later. I don't know what to ask right now. What's your favorite science/maths channel? Your research journey plus how can I get into research? How do you start like studying physics from the basics? Is there any good books/channels you recommend or any other tips? Okay, so what is my favorite science/maths channel? I believe that you guys know the answer. Editing Pankhuri, insert the clip. Love Astro Biscuit. Like, you guys have no idea. I love it so much. That British man has actually really inspired me to start my own channel. And he's the reason why I yap so much when I'm doing telescope work. Like, I have music in my ears, no camera on me, and I'm just yapping with that man. So if he ever sees this, or please make this reach him, like, he's actually my inspiration. I would love to actually talk to him. So make sure this reaches him. Please visit him. Because I'm not about to get into that right now. Short answer is Astro Biscuit. I love the guy. I love him so much. I also really like Veritasium and Vsauce. I don't really watch that much, but Veritasium definitely. There's also another channel that I can never pronounce. It's something like In a Nutshell or something. I'll put it on the screen because I have a lot of channels I watch, and also MIT OpenCourseware. I love watching their lectures. My research journey, how can I get into research? My research journey started on, should I do the actual story because I have never been my actually the story. Maybe I should postpone it. But I think I pretty much went over the research things, how to get into research. I think you should most definitely, I'm so sorry for that. I think you should most definitely get into things that you actually have an interest in. Because for me, quantum mechanics, I never had a label on it. You know, I never knew that it was quantum mechanics when I first got into it. And then when I was doing further research in it, then it was the title of quantum mechanics. And I was like, oh shit, I'm doing research on quantum mechanics. And I went insane. I was like, wow, I'm so happy. And you should definitely try to find something that you're obsessed with. Because if you're not obsessed with the topic that you're doing research on, then you will burn out very quickly. And most definitely try to look at things that you easily have sources on, like you have a lot of sources on YouTube, you have a lot of videos to watch, you have a lot of articles to go through. Or if it's a completely new field of study, then good luck. But getting into research is definitely something that you should not force. Like, you should never be like, oh, research. Like, I feel like it's not something that should be forced, at least for me. Because if I had forced it, then I would probably have quit by now. but I did not force it. I was about to force it with my Jupiter research paper, but I stopped because I was like, okay, I don't think I'll be able to do this, at least not right now, so I'm gonna postpone it. And I did, and that's when I discovered my love for quantum mechanics. That's when I got into my other research paper, and now I'm doing another research paper. So getting into research is most definitely a spontaneous thing, but you should find topics that are just in your mind that, oh, I would love. What are the topics that you would just, if you were given 24 hours in a day and they were like, do research, what is the topic that you would be like, I would love to research on that, and I would actually love to research on that, and I won't quit whining halfway through? Then you need to like look at topics like that and then research on it and start researching on it. Don't commit to a research topic very quickly, and don't be like, oh, this is my research topic, because it can change very quickly. So of course, do some basic research on it, and then get into it, like then commit to it. And how do you start studying physics from the basics? Something I really do a lot is genuinely, I just refer to my like grade 7, grade 8 books. It's embarrassing, I know. I still have my maths and science grade 7 and grade 8 books, of course my 9th ones as well. I always refer to those whenever I'm in a pickle, whenever I get too deep into the complexities of physics or mathematics and I just completely forget the basics. I always go back to those, always. So I would like recommend for you to go back to the basics. Literally whatever you have a doubt in, search it up on YouTube. I promise that there's a video on it, or search it up on Google. Like there is always a solution for everything. So any good books, channels I recommend. Channels, as I said, MIT OpenCourseware, Veritasium, the Nutshell one, I forgot again. What are some other channels? There's this one David guy, science guy one that I watch a lot, that I just forget the names of the channels. Okay, I'll just put it over here. And books, definitely get an encyclopedia of the thing that you want. Like for example, I have my space encyclopedia like literally right here, and I started a new research paper on stars, and I took the encyclopedia, it's like an encyclopedia set, so I took the encyclopedia out on stars. As stupid as it sounds, it works to go from the basics to like, because I was studying stars, so I had to like go through that again. Even though I've already read it, I had to go through that again. I have to write it down, I have to make notes on it. And then I went into stellar evolution, and it was just like a whole like rabbit hole, and it feels so good to get into a rabbit hole when you're like in flow state. Like I love that so much. So I hope that I answered your question. Definitely fall in love with your topic. Like that is the number one thing that I recommend. Like falling in love with your research topic is the best way to get your paper done, or just your research done. And always ask yourself the question, if my paper does not get published, if this was never a paper to begin with, if this was just my notes, and like 20 years down the line they're like, oh, this was his notes, this was her notes or something, would you be okay with your paper not being published? Because then you really know if you're doing it for the paper or you're doing it for the love. Say hello. My channel. I'm recording. She's like fixing her hair. I understand you.
Hi guys.
Yeah, she looks so shiny right now. She looks gorgeous. Guys, that's my gorgeous older sister. Don't compare us, because she's gonna win in looks. But damn, that just broke my flow of thought. But every field has its own like books and channels that you should most definitely like explore. That was crazy. I've never been interrupted like that. Anyways, I hope that I answered your question, because I spent a lot of time on it. Next question. How deep have you gone in physics/quantum mechanics? What are your favorite YouTube channels? Veritasium, Vsauce. In physics, pretty deep. No, like if you're talking about classical mechanics, pretty deep. If we're talking about quantum mechanics, not at all. Like I feel like nobody is deep. Nobody in human history has gotten deep into quantum mechanics yet. What are my favorite YouTube channels? Astrobiscuit. Like you guys have no idea. I love it so much. That British man has actually really That's my answer. Next question. And I do like Veritasium. I also like Vsauce, but I don't watch a lot. Anyways, next question. First of all, get well soon. Cute. Anyways, number one. Damn, this is like 3 parts. What are your resources to study quantum mechanics? And when I say QM, I don't mean that only whole physicist vibe like relativity, string theory, etc. That's like a whole another thing. That's not even quantum mechanics. You fell me. What? The things not available in normal JEE 11 12th books, all proofs of 11 12th concept, etc. I'm so sorry. I think that you wrote it completely fine and I'm the problem because I can't understand. Okay, number 2, please clear how much you have studied both in QM, especially basic concepts of 11. Okay, yes, I understood this one. 11 12th, life, trigger, calculus, organic chem, math, deep topic like inverse, trigger, limits, continuity, matrices, determinate, chem, organic chem until deep and many more. Because I think you will love math and chem too, so please clear how much you have studied. Number 3, have you seen Rajan Chopra? Okay, sorry. 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 That's all I have to say. Just kidding. What are your resources? I think I already cleared that up. I use a lot of online articles, and when I say QM, I don't physicist vibe. I don't understand what you were trying to say here. I genuinely don't understand the first question. You fell me? I don't understand. I'm sorry. My comprehension skills are like, but like, I'm so sorry. Maybe this is my problem. Maybe I have like something in my head that I'm unable to process this. I'm so sorry. Okay, second question. Please clear how much you have studied. Okay, so 11th and 12th, I've done chemistry. I've done 11th. Okay, I haven't even went to 12th yet, guys. Calm down. Okay, I don't understand. Okay, I need to address this because I don't understand why you guys are like so on my back. Like every 2 comments I'll be like, but have you even done this? But have you even done this? Calm down. Calm down. It's not like I was hired to do quantum mechanics to save the world and everybody's lives are being run on a random ass 12th grader, 10th grader, okay? Like, I am not saving the world with my paper, okay? It is just a random ass thing that I'm doing. Let's calm down, okay? And I'm not gonna be curious by opening an 11th book. Let's calm down. But I will definitely be getting into more 11th 12th topics. I have an interest in chemistry of 11th and 12th, although that's not my main field, but it is quite fun. And I do like 11th physics a lot. So do I like 12th physics. Like, I have just went through the books. I haven't done it in detail, I'm so sorry, but I have went through the books. I have went through the topics. I have a pretty level knowledge of it. I wouldn't say I'm a master in them, so nobody come for me. I'm so scared of the hate comments now. I'm like, guys, spare me. But I haven't gone that deep, but it is quite interesting to me, honestly, so hope that answers. And have I seen Rajan Chopra? No. Next question, can you please reply early, question mark, no. Next question, do you prefer oranges or apples? Honestly, I feel like I'm not a very picky person when it comes to fruits. Like, I like both. Okay, I like both. But apples are juicy. Like, it depends for me. Like, apples can be juicy and crunchy, and I really like that aspect of them. Whereas oranges can also be like really like limp, and like sometimes they're like rotten and taste really bad. But with apples, I feel like it's a win-win scenario. But sometimes they have worms in them. So I like both of them. I don't have a preference. But like, it depends with the state of the apple and the state of the orange. If the orange is bad, then of course I want the apple. But if the apple is bad, of course I want the orange. I like both. Honestly, I like both. Last question. Listen, wanted to ask that you mention a lot of times that your parents wants you to focus on board exams, but instead you are here on YouTube pursuing something you want. So my question is to you is that, are you good at scoring marks in school? Also, are you someone who gets full marks? I'm just curious about it because I want to know there are students nowadays who are like good at a particular subject but it's a completely different thing at school. Please answer. Okay, so my parents have no expectations from me anymore. I think that they're done with me. I think they're like, okay, I don't think that she's gonna score anything because I can score if I actually put my head down and study, because I used to be the type of gal who used to study a lot. Like, you can ask literally anybody in my life. I had a great lock-in back in 7th and also in 8th. 8th was my peak academic performance. Everything went downhill in 9th, honestly. But if I were to get a consistent again, which I am trying to get, guys, I'm trying. If I were to get consistent again with my school syllabus alongside my curiosity syllabus, then I would most definitely score better marks. Right now, I'm kind of mid. Like, I'm just kind of mid. There has been no examination yet in 10th. There's gonna be in July, so I'll update you then, honestly. But so far, 10th is easy. So far, guys, nobody come for me. So far, 10th is easy for me in every single subject. And I feel like I'll score pretty good this year. Last year did not score good, so don't take my word for it. But if I were to put my head down, I'll probably be able to do well. It's just that I don't want to. To be frank, if I were to be consistent, yes. But right now, not really. Kind of in the middle, because 10th examinations are not yet started, but in ninth I was horrid. But that's just honestly, that's just ninth. So, anyways, I hope that was a nice freaking Q&A. This was my first time doing a Q&A, so I hope that I satisfied you guys. And stay tuned for my next video because it's coming very soon. There's a lot of videos planned. So I'm so sorry again for the delay, and clear skies and happy stargazing.